Did you know this about the Chucky franchise? So the first person to ever bring Chucky to life through animatronics work and puppetry was Kevin Yeager. Him and his team are responsible for engineering the Chucky animatronic all the way from Child's Play up to Bride of Chucky. When it came time for Seed of Chucky, everybody was under the impression that Kevin was going to return, including Kevin himself going as far as starting the design process for Glenn. But the studio couldn't come to an agreement with Kevin, and eventually negotiations fell through. Seed of Chucky filmed in Romania, and Kevin has said that the studio only wanted him to bring one other puppeteer with him, meaning that there would only be two puppeteers on this movie, which for a movie with 3 puppets is insane. So because of that, Kevin unfortunately left the project, leaving Seed of Chucky in a bit of a predicament. However, longtime Chucky franchise producer David Kirshner had a relationship with a different puppeteer, that puppeteer being Tony Gardner. They had previously worked together on Hocus Pocus, and Tony took the job basically after David told him, if you don't take this job, somebody else will. However, there was one issue. The only 2 remaining puppets from Bride of Chucky were in very rough shape, giving Tony and his team not a whole lot to work with. They basically had to rebuild these puppets from scratch. It was 2004, so Tony has even said that they literally had to watch Bride of Chucky on a TV, on VHS, literally having to take photos off of the TV, going and getting those photos developed, and then using that as reference, which to me is just insane. And that's basically the story of how the puppets in Seed of Chucky came to be. Tony and his team at Alterian Inc. have basically been working on Chucky ever since. And yes, Tony has a cameo in Seed of Chucky where he gets decapitated by Chucky and Tiffany. As I've said before, I always like highlighting the special effects work that goes into bringing the puppets to life. I think the puppeteers deserve a lot more credit than they get. Their work is oftentimes so seamless that you hardly even question the fact that these dolls are alive. And without them, we wouldn't have these characters at all. I do think it's unfortunate that Kevin Yeager couldn't work on Seed, but I do think Tony Gardner is a good successor, and I think Chucky's in good hands. I think they did a hell of a job recreating the dolls, and I just love the design for Glenn. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.